All right, we're going to talk about focus, what to do. I went through it a little bit in another video, brain dumping, and it's because focusing feels hard when you're in just low emotional capacity or you're in a stressful time. Your brain might be overloaded. It's literally trying to juggle everything. You can only keep 7 things in your brain at one time. Everything else falls away, so you feel like you're forgetting things because you actually literally are. So you're going to brain dump simple task, which means you write just 3 things to do. It can be like IPA, walk the dog, I don't know, pick up the kids, work out, something, or do your other job. So movement kickstarts your brain. 5-minute walk, stretching, deep breathing, play music, move around for a minute. Physical movement actually signals your brain to focus. It's really good with kids too. If you need them to focus, get them to like jump up and jumping jacks or do something with you. Make focus effortless. Do the easiest part first. Create a focus trigger. So always drinking tea or lighting a candle or something. So your brain will associate it with focus. Turn on background sound, white noise, instrumental, cafe ambiance to just help block out distractions. Find what works for you. Experiment. You can do body doubling, working alongside someone, a Zoom to stay accountable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. Count backwards. You start immediately before your brain can resist. I love that one. Mini rewards. Once I send 3 messages, I go get my coffee. And then you say, which one of these feels better for you? Environment. Building focus is about reducing distractions and having a clear plan, making it easy to start. So here's a way to improve focus, especially in your business. Your environment. If you have the ability to control this, this is what you do. If you don't, then you're gonna figure out what works for you. Pick a distraction-free space, even if it's just a quiet corner or going outside. Phone on do not disturb except for work-related tasks. I actually have that. Have a clear list of what to do before you sit down so you don't waste time. How many of us sit down and waste so much time? Like, what do I do? So many things. Seriously, do that. Use the tiny start trick. If you feel resistance, tell yourself that you will just do this for 5 minutes. You only need to send 1 message. Once you start, momentum builds, and it's easier just to keep going. So you're gonna work in short focus bursts. Instead of forcing like an hour, you're gonna set a timer for 15 to 20 minutes, working on one thing. Pick messaging, posting, follow-ups. Another thing, you have chat, GPT, you should not be spending a whole lot of time on creating posts. Make them simple, like throw up something very like an encouragement or something. When the timer is up, take a short break, stand up, breathe, stretch, go get water, and repeat as needed. We need to remove overthinking. So sometimes it's hard to focus because of the mental clutter. So it is the one thing I need to do right now. How can I make this easier? For example, use a script instead of overthinking messages and thinking what they're thinking and all this stuff. Create a simple routine. Having dedicated times helps your brain focused, like 9 a.m., 15 minutes, or whatever your time is. And then when it's a habit, you don't have to find time. You're able to plug it in and do it automatically. I have a hard time sticking with the timers, to be perfectly honest, because I feel like I get in a flow. There's different thoughts of theory, but then I tend to burn myself out and don't want to do anything the next couple days. So I'm going to try these shortened bursts and see how it works. And then some things is, what is feeling hardest for you right now? So this pinpoints your struggle. If you can make one part of this business easier, what would it be? So that uncovers your frustration. Where do you feel stuck? Is it talking to people, following up, something else? This narrows it down. Then you figure out a simple path forward. It's going to be a doable action. So again, this is to limit overwhelm. So this is a lot of information I'm giving you. So you're just going to figure out where you're stuck and apply one doable action to unstick it. Like, I'm fine following up with my customers. I'm fine. Actually, I struggle with the follow-up. So I actually have to go look up scripts and stuff to be able to follow up with people because my brain just goes literally. And then just have fun. Figure out how to make this fun. Focusing is easier when it's fun. Just think of school. Like, which things were you able to focus in school? The things that felt more fun. And it doesn't feel like it takes as much time. So a lot of it is going back to the ones at the beginning, the videos of you have to be thinking differently, because we think and then we act on. And that is honestly how it's going to, there's lots of great videos on how to track and just do it simple. But I don't want you to have to go dig through all that, because it is really, really hard when you're overwhelmed. We live in a time where there's so much information. So really, it comes down on just how do I overcome my thinking and where I'm at. We've got to identify what that is to be able to focus, and then find action things you can focus on that then help lead to actions, small actions that then create momentum, that then you get to be doing what you're doing, and then you feel good about what you're doing again. You might have to attenuate it depending if you're not out of your stressful situation or you feel like you're just having a hard time re-engaging in your business. These are great ways to get started. But the moment you feel that momentum come, you'll feel good about it and want to do it again and keep engaging. Again, don't burn yourself out. Keep it doable. And there's whole other things to be able with retention, duplication. But you can do this. And just because you're in a hard season, I feel ya. Haha, empathy. But my hope was through my season that it would not be the destroyer for what I had worked for and my hopes and my dreams. It would build something in me. I would figure out a way to help others know how to navigate things that were meant to take you down, would be the very things that would be able to propel you forward. And it's hard and it hurts and it sucks. And our brain doesn't want us any more freaking discomfort, right? But life doesn't let that happen. And I realize life can and probably will always happen. So how can I transform where I am? And I will continually transform. And I believe you can too. I believe in you with all my heart and soul that you can do this too. And it's hard, it's hurt, it's bloody, it's messy, but it is worth it 1,000 times over. Because we become better people, we become freer, and it's going to be worth it. Not the grinding, and let me be clear, it's not the putting your nose in grinding. It is the growth of overcoming whatever is thrown our way and continuing to build something. No matter the space, the area, the life, the uncontrollables. And I would ask, like, God, so many other people have a lot more control over their stuff. Like, why can't I? I would ask those. I was so mad. Oof, I was mad. And I had to work through that. I had to work through a lot of other things on the back end, a lot of forgiving, of just forgiving without any change or any thing. And that even goes to like, you know what? I forgive all the people who quit. But it's not my job. Like, I had to become free so that I become free to help the people that do need this. And that's what I just keep the focus on. But it is not my job to change them. And here's what I'm shifting. I used to do this in the beginning. Plant seeds, move on. Plant seeds, move on. So I'm getting back to that, but I feel like I'm getting back to that in an even more refined and very powerful way. And so can you. So I'll share more and keep creating tips and videos.